Hi guys and welcome to my review of Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 204. Just quickly about the chapter, because I don't want to go into details with everything, because it's just a practice match, and it is very much used to just exploit and explain and see how far people have come and dwell more into the characters of Class B. But I'm really happy about the attention that Iida is getting in this chapter, because he's been a little bit forgotten. He hasn't had that much of a screen time, and he is supposed to be one of the main supporting characters. So I'm really happy to see this much of a focus on him really not coming into his own, but him really showing off his role as a class person by helping out everyone in his team. Like, he helped Ojiro, and he's just like standing up for himself, and it's really great to see. Now, on the topic of Ojiro, I would have hoped to see more of him, because I feel like he's still such a question mark for me in terms of fighting abilities and such, because he has a big tail and he does martial arts, but beyond that, we don't really know much about him. And I feel like he's always getting the help of Iida, especially. So I would love to see him do more by himself, because I'm really confused. But hopefully that will happen further into this particular fight. A great matchup we have in this fight is Tetsu versus Todoroki. I am stoked to see what will happen here, because ice didn't work against Tetsu, fire didn't work against Tetsu, and this will address the one thing I've always said that Todoroki lacks, which is close combat, non-quirk related fighting abilities. He doesn't really have them. I feel like if Aizawa took away his quirk, and someone, just like anyone, came up to him and was like, let's have a fight, he would not win. Like, Uraraka could beat his ass so quickly. So I'm really interested in seeing what will happen here. I don't know if he's done any close combat training when him and Bakugo did their lessons, but I feel like that's one of the issues he has, and I want, because I mean, sure, he will get really OP, he gets so strong, because he has so many different abilities, but it's such a big weakness that it has to be addressed, and this is the fight, because Tatsu is hard steel, and he will punch him in the face, because this may be a training match, but they should go for the knockout, as we've learned. Not going for a knockout will lose you the fight. If they had knocked out Kinoko, is that her name? In the previous battle, Momo's team would have won, probably. But they didn't, because they were too soft on them. Class B are not going to be like that. Class B are going to go in hard. I do still think that we're going to see Todoroki team win, but I feel like it'll be more of Iida's doing than Todoroki's doing. I really like, what's her name? Pony? God, she's so cute. Absolutely adorable. This matchup is really interesting, because I feel like the teams are raw power, and it's great to see. I'm just really happy about Iida getting some spotlight here, because usually when you have a team up, where you are a team where you have Shoji, you have Ojiro, and then you have Iida, and then you have Todoroki, the focus is inevitably going to go on Todoroki, because he's so many people's favorite character, and he is a very strong character. It makes no sense to not have a focus on him, because he has a very compelling storyline. But yeah, I'm very happy about having Iida back. Now, another thing we have in this chapter is we have a little bit more endeavor. We have some bad flashbacks going back to him here, and I do love that we're getting an explanation of why the frack Endeavor did what he did. Of course, that doesn't make it better. And Endeavor knows that. Endeavor knows that what he did was really bad. But I want to see Todoroki take this experience and make the most of them, without us ever having to be. We should never forgive Endeavor for what he's done, and I really like that the way Horikoshi is doing this is that whenever he brings up Endeavor, he never lets us forget what he did to Todoroki. he can show these things that Endeavor has done. He can show us Endeavor improving. He can show us Endeavor having saved people and trying to do the best for people around him, but in a really weird way. But he'll never let us forget what he did to Todoroki, physically and emotionally, because what he did wasn't right, and we shouldn't forget that, because it's really, really great that we have yet to have Todoroki forgive him, and I'm not entirely sure we're ever gonna get that. I really love how they're doing the storyline, because I can see people so quickly say, oh no, again, with the Endeavor redemption, but again, it's not really a redemption, it's more like we're showing more type, like he's giving us dynamic characters. Characters can have complex relationships, and a relationship between Endeavor and Shoto, going back to full first names, because they're both called Todoroki, is a very, very interesting dynamic, because they have the father-son relationship, but it's very strained because of what Endeavor has done, but Endeavor is trying to be a better dad, but it's more or less too late for Todoroki to ever forgive him now, but there's still like that level of respect, because he does respect him as a number one hero, and there's just so many levels there that are so interesting. And the thing is, Todoroki has said this before, even before the Endeavor arc, way back in the Stain arc, there is so much he could learn from Endeavor, because he has inherited his quirk. They both have fire, and there's so much he could do with it that he's not. He's so far from having developed his fire powers. And Endeavor has so many cool moves when it comes to fire. And of course we have that teasing that ability. So I'm really happy with how Horikoshi is handling this dynamic between Endeavor and Todoroki, because they're not really in speaking foot, like we saw last chapter, Todoroki just ignoring his messages, which I think is really funny. But Endeavor is trying, and I think that's really good, because I believe in people being able to better themselves, and just because what he did is unforgivable, rather than converting back into being like that, he should learn from that and become a better person, because there's this weird mentality in a lot of places that people aren't allowed, like if people has done one bad thing, well then they're just bad forever and they're not allowed to improve themselves, and I think that's wrong, because I think we should all strive to be better people always. If we make a mistake, even though it's really, really bad mistake, we should try not to do that again. And it's the same thing I have with Bakugo, obviously, because this always goes back to Bakugo. Bakugo did some really, really bad things as a kid, but like he was a kid and he's allowed to develop and mature and become a better person. And for Bakugo, because he was a child, I will forgive him for that when he's gone through everything and when he's apologized probably and all of those things. Endeavor for me is a little bit more irredeemable, just because he was an adult and he should know better than to abuse his own children, as he did with apparently both Toya and Shoto. But he's definitely learning, and that's very nice to see, because even adults can learn and become better. It's not just children. So that's great. I just really, really love that Horikoshi will never let us forget what Endeavor did, while also showing character development for both characters. That's my review of Boku no Hero Academia. You can leave a like if you like anything I had to say. Leave in the comments below what you thought of the chapter, and you can subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, bye.